The Washington Post reported this, quote, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi discussed the idea of holding the articles of impeachment in the House during a private caucus meeting on Thursday morning. This morning. Multiple lawmakers and aides present said she framed it as a strategic move, with one lawmaker summarizing it as a way to ensure Democrats are, quote, picking the right players to put on the field, end quote. And end quote, the Post. And according to Jennifer Rubin, who wrote this piece, at her weekly news conference, she reiterated that the articles of impeachment would be sent and the impeachment managers named once it's clear what sort of process the Senate would take up. Yeah. She said she certainly hoped the process would be fair. That is Nancy Pelosi being ironic, making the point that the founders envisioned, quote, a rogue president, but perhaps not what Pelosi called a rogue president and a rogue leader in the Senate at the same time. Well said, Ms. Pelosi. All of this followed her declaration last night, reportedly backed by dozens of House members, to hold back the articles of impeachment from the Senate, refusing to guarantee the articles would not be delayed indefinitely. Republicans, including this crazy fucker, my words, not Jennifer Rubin's, this crazy fucker from Georgia, Doug Collins, what an asshole. He's a representative. Senator Lindsey Graham Cracker and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell in Kentucky already squawking about the delay. Blah, blah, blah. First they say you rushed it. Now they say you're delaying it. They're crazy. That's why. As an early proponent of the strategy of holding back the articles, that'd be Jennifer Rubin, certainly applaud her decision. It is frankly about time Democrats learn to exercise power in the gray areas where no clear precedent exists, which is a place where Republicans have operated with impunity. And the Democrats have allowed it to happen, not Pelosi. I wish she would run for president. Problem is she's 79 years old. She's older than all of them. Doesn't look it, doesn't sound like it, doesn't act like it, doesn't conduct the business of the United States, as one might expect a 79-year-old to do. At the very least, Pelosi buys time to consider her options and ratchet up pressure on a president frantic to be acquitted. Of course he is. It's not yet been 24 hours, and Trump already is squealing, I got impeached last night without one Republican vote being cast, with the do-nothing Dems on their continuation of the greatest witch hunt in American history. This is a tweet. Now the do-nothing party want to do nothing with the articles and not deliver them to the Senate, but it's Senate's call. No, it isn't, dumb fuck. It is the House's call as to when they can hold on to the articles of impeachment until the next century if they want to. Dumb fuck. You don't know anything, do you, Trump? No, of course not. Jennifer writes, Pelosi certainly wants to do more than merely decide what sort of floor manager she will need. She wants to pressure the Senate to have a real trial, specifically to subpoena key witnesses, whom the president refused to make available to the House, including John Bolton, Mick Mulvaney, some of the people I just mentioned from the other piece. There are two ways she might accomplish the objective, depending on how long she feels comfortable holding on to the articles. First, she might want to lay down the marker, which would be she will not contribute to a sham trial without witnesses. Period. She'll send the articles when the Senate agrees to abide by the process Lindsey Graham demanded before the Clinton trial. When he pleaded, Lindsey Graham pleaded for witnesses, right? Trump can stew in his own bile until the Senate comes up with a fair process. But would Pelosi wait forever, never transmitting the articles? She need not face that question since there's another possible off-ramp. If McConnell and Republicans refuse to have an actual trial, and 3 Republican senators are not brave enough to object, it would be a vote of 51 senators, Pelosi could deploy a backup plan that also addresses Republicans' professed concerns that they wait on witnesses Trump has blocked by assertion of a phony absolute immunity claim. Pelosi can wait to transmit the articles now that impeachment is complete until such time as the cases in the courts involving senior officials wind their way through the courts and reach a final ruling. In short, she can wait until the Supreme Court frees up former White House counsel Don McGahn, former National Security Advisor Charles Kupperman, these people to testify, and eventually Bolton. So, Pelosi is a strategist as well as being one hell of a leader. We will wait and report. As Rachel Maddow says, watch this space. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Keep it lit. I'm Mike Malloy. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.